Street Level America, I'm Dave Adams. We are here at the NRA show in Houston, Texas, and sometimes we do a show that I call it cross-pollinates, but we do it on different of our platforms. One of our platforms is called Classroom USA, where we take a look at American iconic things in history or objects that will bring us together with a shared history in America and Americana. And one of those things is Route 66. While we were here at the Case Knife booth at the NRA show in Houston, Texas, we ran into Rod Reed, who has an affinity, who loves Route 66. So Rod, welcome to Classroom USA and Street Level America. Why do you like Route 66 so much?
Well, our business, Shepherd Hills Cutlery in Lebanon, Missouri, started by my mom 54 years ago, is on Route 66. And prior to that, Mom and Dad had a 10-unit motel in the exact same spot our store is today on Route 66. So I have lived or been a part of a family that had business on the route for 60 of the 100 years.
And this year we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of Route 66.
Yes, we are. And during President Trump's first term, he and Congress established a Route 66 Centennial Commission, and the governor of each of the 8 states that Route 66 goes through was able to nominate one person. The governor of Missouri, since he knew my connection with Route 66, nominated me to represent Missouri. And then when we had our first meeting, I was selected to be the chairman of the commission.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you. It's been great, a great honor. There's some really good people on that commission, and it's been so much fun because we get to learn about all the things that the various states are doing and work together to promote the route. And the Department of Commerce actually views tourism as an export. So we bring a lot of people from overseas that will come and drive the route. So it's not unusual at all to have people in our store speaking languages we don't understand, and they're riding on motorcycles that they have flown over here to drive Route 66.
And why is that? It's because they want to be part of something that's uniquely America, which is Route 66. And so one of our passions in talking about topics like this is to look for areas that can draw us together as a country with our shared history and hopefully shared values. And so we wanted to talk to Rod and talk about Route 66. Now I understand they're also going to have a celebration. Now earlier this year they did a drive.
Right. America's Automotive Trust, based in Spokane, Washington, does an annual drive that ends up to take the cars back home to Detroit. So it's called the Drive Home. This, their 7th year, they have partnered with the commission, and they drove from Santa Monica in January 6th, the entire Route 66 to Chicago, and then on to Detroit and opened the Detroit Auto Show with all of these vintage cars. My wife and I got to ride in a 1934 Buick, and it was phenomenal to drive right down Woodward Avenue with a police escort to open up the Detroit Auto Show.
That's amazing. What fun times. Building memories, yes. Which is what 66 is. It's just a highway of memories. And they're also going to do a stamp, or
yes.
Stamps.
Yes, one of the jobs of the commission that President Trump had us to do is to get with the Postal Service to establish a stamp for the Centennial. Well, rather than just a stamp, they're doing a series of 8 stamps, one stamp for each of the 8 states that Route 66 goes through. And those stamps will be unveiled at the National Postal Convention in Phoenix, Arizona on May the 5th. And you'll be able to go on the Postal Service website and buy a plate of those stamps.
Is there a website or someplace people can go to that puts all of this together so they can go to one place to find out if they're interested in celebrating Route 66 or finding out more about it?
Yes, Route 66 CentennialCommission.com. Or just Google Route 66 Centennial Commission, and it will list all the different events that we have endorsed. But we also are endorsing a lot of the small community events. That's where you can get together with the local people, and they can tell you, yeah, when that historic motel was there, here's what my mom or my dad did, and get the stories. Route 66 is an experience. and it's the experience of the culture of the communities that you're in. Whether it's the urban of St. Louis, Chicago, LA, or the rural of the Missouri Ozarks, or the Native American of the Southwest, every part of Route 66 has its own I don't know what word to use, but who they are. Get to know those people.
And we do. We need to get to know each other. We need to realize that we are Americans. We have a shared history and shared value. There's so much politics in America today that's dividing us, and it's just tearing us apart. And we need, I believe that the American system, you may disagree, but I believe the American system is the best thing we have on the planet today. Our form of government with the Constitution guaranteeing personal liberties, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, guaranteeing the First Amendment. We're here at the NRA show at Houston, Texas, guaranteeing the right to keep and bear arms. A free people will be an armed people. We can defend ourselves from either criminals or even from our own government. The Founding Fathers, in their wisdom, realized that if a people are to be free, they must be able to defend themselves. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You see that in all the colonial papers and all the constitutional papers of the period, where they were fighting and arguing and developing a government to safeguard the liberties and freedoms of people. And we're getting away from that. We're getting away from American heritage and American history. So one of the things we like to do is talk about events, occurrences, things like Route 66, which I dearly love, because there's nothing else as Americana as Route 66, I don't believe.
I totally
Unless
agree
it's
with
July 4th.
Exactly, yes. And as I was saying earlier, my grandparents in rural Missouri Ozarks during the Depression had no jobs. So they drove Route 66 to California to pick fruit in the orchards of California to get by. And then they came back to the Ozarks after things started to loosen up a little bit. Then the war came along, and Fort Leonard Wood is on Route 66, and a lot of the munitions traveled from the Midwest along Route 66 to Los Angeles. So Route 66 has played such an important part of our history.
So find out about it, learn about it, cherish it, treasure it. It's all of us. It's our roots. Remember Roots, the TV show?
Yes.
It's our roots. It's who we are as America. So let's value it, teach our kids, pass it to the next generation. If we do not do that, then we will lose America, because we'll lose our heritage, we'll lose our histories. If you want to know where you're going, you know where you know where you came from. So it's important. Route 66, check it out. A website again?
Route 66 Centennial.com.
Centennial Commission?
Commission, yes, I'm sorry.
So Route 66 CentennialCommission.com.
Right. And then I might mention, too, that on April the 30th, the official kickoff for the Centennial will be held in Springfield, Missouri. There'll be a big concert, Little Big Town, Gretchen Wilson, and then parades and all kinds of a 3-day event. The Today Show will be there, Fox and Friends will be there for the kickoff of the Centennial.
So watch for it, listen for it, celebrate it. Route 66, it's an American way of doing things. It's an American thing. All right. Hey, Rod, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
This is Street Level America. I'm Dave Adams, and this is America Now and Forever. And this is also going to be posted on USA Heartbeat and ClassroomUSA.net.